Welcome back to Room for Improvement. I'm your host Chris, and today we are going to be murdering Cheryl live on air because she can't do her one simple job, which is to hand me a microphone. Not a wand, Cheryl, a microphone. It's not rocket science. This is the last episode of the 5-part series. All the other ones are linked down below. And today we are going to be talking about strong female characters. Now I use this term negatively, not to hate on strong female characters, trust me. I love a badass woman that stands up for who she is and takes over the world. What bugs me, and what I think bugs a lot of other readers, is when authors try to create strong characters but end up just creating stupid and stubborn ones. Women can be strong for all kinds of reasons though. Like, when did the word strong become synonymous with stubborn and independent and I don't need no man? But if you've seen the title and watched the other ones, you know that clearly I have made this mistake. I'm not here just to rant on other authors who've done similar things. No, I am guilty of it myself. So you probably already know this by now, but the Room for Improvement videos are me going back and reading my old writing, finding huge problems with it, and talking about how I'm going to fix those problems. And this video is no different. First, I'm going to be talking about a book called Above Los Angeles, which is a book I wrote in 9th grade. And the character in it is so stupid. She is just the dumbest person I think I've ever read before, and that includes Selena Sodothian. So here is my first example. At this point in the story, our main character has run away from her penthouse. Yes, that is right. She has a penthouse. A penthouse, and she ran away. And she's gone into a sketchy gas station, and she's almost been kidnapped by these guys who turn out to be snake people. So luckily she's saved by this girl named Danica. Okay, I shouldn't say luckily. I kind of wish my main character had died. She's just that dumb. So yeah, Danica comes in and saves our main character from the snake people, and tells her to go back home where it's safe. And this is how the exchange goes. You have a huge apartment building, you understand me? When you're in danger like this, I expect you to stay in there. Her eyes softened a bit. Ebony, you could have been killed. I'm quite aware of that. Then why? I was hungry, okay? Alone and hungry, and I wanted some food. Nowhere else was open. Ebony, I know you feel cut off. Oh, will you shut up already? This girl's trying to save your fucking life. You're a moron. I am 15 and I can do whatever I please, thank you very much. I picked myself up and slung the empty backpack over my shoulder. Stop! This is Danica again. Please go back to your apartment. Your mom wants you. She loves you. Please. Don't mention her. She never loved me, and I know that for sure. And Danica responds one more time. No, Ebony, believe me. I'm saying this because I put like no dialogue tags in here, so we have no clue who's talking. I turned and tried to keep myself from punching her. Bitch? Sure, she had just saved me. Yeah, she did. But she had to stop talking about my past. I don't know. Something about it pained me like nothing I'd ever felt before. I had no idea what it was. I had hated it there. Yet every time I thought about my old home and my mother on this trip, I'd have to stop and grit my teeth as my eyes stung. Go home. Instead, I directed myself in the exact opposite direction and started walking. Her cries couldn't turn me around. If anyone in my new life reminded me I had an old one, I decided I would walk away, so I just kept walking. Okay, if you understood any of that through my terrible grammar, basically, she's stupid. And she gets hunted by the snake people again in the next chapter, so... No, the same chapter, so she should have just gone back home. You gotta think. Stop being so strong. So the second part that I'm going to read for you comes when she realizes she has wings, and by that I mean she has some loose evidence. So guess what she decides to do? Jump out a window. Because the snake people are chasing her and she wants to escape them. So she jumps out a window and her wings do come out, but they give out pretty fast because she's never flown before. So then someone else catches her. So here we go. I could feel his hot breath on my neck. Ebony, he breathed, don't panic. I'm taking you where you belong. And away we flew. Don't panic? How could he say don't panic? I began to scream. Get off me, let me go. But his strong arms held me tighter and I struggled in his firm grip. Okay, this dude is literally trying to save you from falling to your death, and you're struggling in his grip. What do you want him to do? What do you want him to do? Drop you? She's so dumb. But she's strong, right? Eventually I gave up. We had been flying eastward for more than half an hour, and my lungs were getting tired. I tried to release my wings, but they stayed inside my back. They weren't coming until I was falling, apparently. A few minutes later, he began to fly to the ground. We dropped in the middle of a parking lot next to a gas station. There's something about gas stations, even though this is a future with electric cars. A detail that 9th grade me did not pick up on. He released me and massaged his arms. What the hell was that for? I screamed, whirling around to face him. What was that for? He saved you. So now it's time for the good news. I went to go find an example of a strong female character from my more recent novel, Mortals, which I wrote junior year of high school, and there are a lot of problems with that novel. But one problem that was not present was the strong female character trope, which was just so lovely to see. So I thought that I would most definitely find some terrible gems at the beginning of the book, because my main character is very defiant at the beginning of the book because she does not want to join the military. But after going back, I realized that her reluctance to it is so real and so justified that I don't know why I ever thought that she was a stubborn character. So she is poor, does not have any money, neither does her brother, and she wants to keep her brother alive. So when the military comes, it seems like the obvious option. They're going to give her free bedding, free food, free everything, and to her and her brother, so her brother will live. But the truth is, the reason she won't join the army is because her parents died in war in this post-apocalyptic world. I shouldn't say it is post-apocalyptic. So yeah, her parents died in battle, so it makes sense that she wouldn't want to join the institution that killed her parents. And that makes perfect sense. And when you go back and read it, it's like, wow, it's actually kind of heartbreaking to hear her giving her reasons for why she can't do this. Oh right, orphan alert, am I right? That's a trope I never took out of this. So if I had to give any advice to people who are struggling to create strong female characters without creating stupid ones, and this applies to all characters, not just females, I think my main tip would just to be, give your character a reason for being defiant. Let's say your main character does this. I don't want to give her the microphone. It's mine. Have one of the supporting characters ask the MC why they're being so rebellious and defiant. Yo, Cheryl, why won't you just give Chris the microphone? And if the only reason Cheryl can give is, well, because, then maybe it's time to fire Cheryl. That got off track, but you get my point. Don't make your characters stubborn and defiant just because the plot needs them to be that way. Give your characters a reason to be so rebellious. Or just take out the rebelliousness altogether. Your character can be strong either way. So that is the end of my Room for Improvement series. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and submit to Reviewing Your Stories Volume 2. All of the links are down below if you'd like to submit your stories. Be sure to catch next week's video, which will be all about my 10 least favorite romance cliches in books. And, as always, may the gods of plot be ever on your side. So, in this part, she realizes that she has wings. She's trying to do a snake. No.